back, everybody, to another night of ESL Pro League over in Europe. We've got a good start to the evening with G2 taking on Na'Vi. The KFC Zinger Burger hot match of the week is what we're going to go with. I think I nailed that.
Yeah, you did.
I've got Sponge, I've got Pansy. Are you guys as excited as I am?
Yes.
Just a train wreck, isn't Matt?
Yeah, he is. But we can hear you, the broadcast can't. So it just sounds like we're going mental. I'm going to carry on talking.
I can hear him constantly.
That's just voices in your
No,
head.
no. There is a bit of static where I can just hear everything they're saying. But we won't worry about that. We'll get excited about this match,
We can get into this one.
I think it's two weird maps to be finding these teams on. G2 aren't necessarily super strong on Overpass, and Na'Vi aren't necessarily super strong on Nukes, so it's going to be a really interesting clash. Yeah,
it'll be cool to see them, especially because we got to see them on some of these maps over at Starladder. Either way, let's check out the standings of both of the divisions before we get too deep into things. NA hasn't changed much, although we do see Immortals jump up to the 2nd seed. It's been mostly Cloud9 there and then Liquid in the 3rd seed, but Immortals has leapfrogged a couple of the big NA names.
I think, yeah, you know, it's looking pretty standard, as we always say. You'd expect Immortals to be in the top 3 or 4 teams as they are, and same as Liquid, right? So that is the top 4 that you would expect from the North American region. Where we're going to lock into the 5 and 6 teams, you know, we could be seeing an Optic, maybe a Luminosity, even Energia looking pretty good. Unfortunately, Renegades, even if they do make that top 6, will not be able to go to the LAN
Two important things to note here is obviously Luminosity, if they do make it, that's 3 Brazilian teams that have come over in the past 2 years and made top 6. And then also, yeah, if Renegades are in the top 6, it's going to be someone else because they have to go to the Asian minor. So a little bit unfortunate for them. Moving on to the EU standings as well, we can see this one is still pretty crazy. Astralis, Na'Vi, Mousesports are the top 3, North FaZe and G2 to round it out. But I mean, Fnatic is knocking on the door. Hellraisers and NIP and Virtus.pro are not that far behind from those top 6.
Yeah, NIP look quite likely in a way if you want to look at their opponents coming up. Sure, they've got Envious in there, North as well, but Hellraisers probably the easier run out of a lot of the other teams who have opponents, and them splitting the series 1-1 against Astralis last night is a great step in the right direction for them.
Yeah, and we're actually going to, this is something we'll touch on pretty much every night from now on as the playoff race comes in. We're going to highlight those top 6 teams. If the playoffs were to end today, these are who makes it into the playoffs, and down at the bottom, because the Envy, LDLC, and Kinguin are grayed out. They would be the 3 that would be forced into relegation. Kinguin would have an automatic demotion down to the Mountain Dew League, and then Envy and LDLC would have to fight for their spot to retain it in Pro League against, what, 2nd and 3rd place down in MDL.
Yeah, which is big in Spirit, I believe.
Is it?
Okay. I know it's big because Godsent won it out, so I'm not too sure on the other.
Yeah, well, let's get into the schedule for today. This is what you're going to be watching. Like we said, that hot match of the week, the KFC Zinger Burger match of the week, Na'Vi versus G2. And then following that up, we've got Virtus.pro against Heroic. That's where, you know, we mentioned it last night. It was a very, very good segment. We talked about Angry Poles coming in for some revenge against Heroic. And they're going to be playing on Nuke as well, so that'll be very, very cool to see.
Yeah, and you've got to highlight as well how much of a big match this is for G2. They are right on that cusp of being within the top 6 at the moment. They're sat in, you know, a relatively decent position. They're kind of tied up with Fnatic, but point being, they win these 2, they go up to the same sort of position that Na'Vi and Mousesports currently hold. So a massive game for them if they get the 2-0, even a 1-1.
Yeah, and obviously it's important for Na'Vi, you know, you want to get a higher seed as possible so you have an easier first round matchup when we do get to those LAN finals, but they have LDLC, Mousesports, and Heroic, not the hardest end to the season. And with that, you know, you might be seeing them finish in 1st or 2nd place.
Well, I'm glad you actually brought up their end of the season because we're actually going to show you 4 of the big teams that we have. This is their remaining schedule of the season. G2, this is a tough schedule to round things out. Na'Vi, Astralis, Virtus.pro, and FaZe are the last 4 matchups as they try to make their playoff push. Fnatic, they have Kinguin, they have Astralis and Mousesports, NIP, North, Envy, and Heroic. In Virtus.pro, Heroic, FaZe, G2, and North again. And VP and I think NIP are the ones sitting outside of playoffs. Actually, yeah, 7th place right there for Fnatic, 8th and then 10th. So I mean, this is how scary it is for some of these teams.
Fnatic could find themselves, you know, edging in there with a 2-0 over Kinguin and a 1-1 against was it Mousesports? I think there was the other team, and then obviously Astralis could go anywhere with those guys. They seem to have close matches.
Yeah, G2's the one you got to be worried about with them. Even though I think they're the ones sitting in 6th place, that's a tough end of the season. Either way, we're going to send it over to Mitch. We're going to get his thoughts before the matches go live.
Thank you very much, Moses, and the desk. As always, ladies and gentlemen, hello. When you should be heading over and checking out our social media platform at facebook.com/ESLCS and at ESLCS on Twitter. Now, our second match of tonight features Virtus.pro, and while this isn't strictly CS related, I wanted to take some time to bring you up to speed. Yesterday afternoon, VP CEO Sneg confirmed a long-rumoured football match between Virtus.pro and SK Gaming. Now, this all started back in February when SK Gaming was in Germany prepping for IEM Katowice. SK gave fans a chance to play a pickup match with the players, and this caught the eyes of Virtus.pro's Pasha. Pasha challenged the team to a 6v6 match with 50k on the line, live stream included, of course. Fallen of SK quickly doubled down, bringing the pot to a whopping 100k. Unreal. And by mid-March, VP and SK had agreed to the match with details to follow. Well, with yesterday's announcement, we also have some more details. Both teams will compete July 10th, just after we wrap up ESL One Cologne. So if you're in Cologne for the event, be sure to check it out, and this too. But for now, our community plays of last week.
Good plays from the community, and that right there at the end, you saw IDDQD, which I believe was the God mode code in Quake, Doom? Something like that?
Yeah,
Doom,
it was,
maybe?
I'm pretty sure.
Doom, yeah, it's Doom.
And it's also a Swedish Overwatch player's name as well.
Yeah, that's what I resonated with there.
Yeah, did you? Cool.
Just so you know.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, now we get to get into it. Now we get to get into the fun stuff. Navi versus G2. Chad, right before we went over to Mitch, you mentioned, I mean, this is just kind of an interesting matchup. Both these teams, you know, on some of these maps aren't really known for their proficiency on them.
Well, G2 on Nuke, you know, they've looked
Very
really good.
good.
I think they're on like a 6-match winning streak or
Yeah,
something
they
like that. Whereas Navi are on like a 4-game losing streak, but 3 of those 4 have been to Astralis and 1 was to FaZe, who are teams that you would consider better than Navi or Nuke anyway. The thing which I think is the most interesting part is that Navi have to bring this map into the map pool if they want to be considered a contender at events, you know, where you're doing best of 3s. They have to be able to play with this in their map pool and, you know, not necessarily be banning it first because they do have that permaban of Cache.
Right.
So they have to be prepping this, and we're probably, considering we've seen them as more of a CT side that's happy to dictate the pace now, that's going to be more of a positive thing for them. If they can get those 12-3 CT sides, you know, we know they can ground out those T rounds just by doing defaults. So it could be something in their tool shed for the future.
Yeah, and I mean, is this now, I mean, what we've seen from Navi, especially against some of those Astralis, is just some terrible, terrible halves of Counter-Strike. I mean, this is they must be putting work in onto this map. I mean, they were improved from Katowice to Starladder, but I mean, still looked a little bit deficient.
Yeah, I think that's a decent summary. And I think the one thing you got to highlight as well, especially for G2, is how much Kenny S has been having an impact as of late, especially on Nuke. He's been actually having, you know, as we first got those glimpses of classic Kenny S coming back, and then you add everything together, and you kind of get a little bit scared of what he can achieve. I do want to see how well he kind of shapes up against Guardian, who seemed to have a little bit of a resurgence of form as well, which is always going to be a nice little storyline to follow. But for me, it's kind of surprising not seeing Navi being giants on this one just yet, you know, on that Nuke sort of map, because it feels like it would play to their style. But as said, as highlighted, they've struggled massively. I think they had that horrific half against, I think it was Astralis, when they only got like 1 or 2 rounds on the CT side and got completely rolled, which was kind of surprising. You know, we thought Astralis, yeah, they're specialists on it, but not to that degree. So I'm hoping maybe there's a little more that Navi have to bring to this matchup. Yeah,
to touch on what you're saying about Kenny and him being, you know, such an influence on this dates back to Cologne 2014, where he dropped 24 frags or more so in the first half versus Vox Emnor, beating them 16-1, I believe.
How many frags did you have there,
Who was, how'd you do?
I had 4.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Top Gun only had 2.
You probably got those 4 kills in the 1 round you won, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're an
I
impact
did
player.
have the only star there, so...
You are the MVP.
You were the key to the victory.
Yeah.
That's it.
To the single of 15.
But I think a really important and integral part of the CT defense for Titan, not Titan, wow.
God bless.
G2.
Your mind is like time travel.
For G2 is
Spiral.
Shox.
Yep.
Now, if you watch the way that he plays this map, he is the swing. He goes to ramp, he throws a nade for MBK, he drops under, he might go outside on the rafter assisting Kenny. He makes all of the decisions. Now, the interesting thing of this is he's the in-game leader of the team, so he's dictating. He might not necessarily need to tell everyone else what to do because he slots himself in wherever he sees it to be needed. And they're even, I've seen them do the double AWP on this map as well.
It's a
He
beautiful
brings
thing.
it up
You
at ramp,
love
Kenny
to
opts
see it.
outside. But he has to have a good game because what he does is influence or rotate around to make the situations more difficult for the Ts or to counter what they've been doing, right? So if he's making bad reads and bad calls and getting caught off guard, they're in a 4v5 situation pretty much off the bat. So he's going to be extremely influential in this match, and it's something that Na'Vi are going to have to deal with, trying to be slow and find out where he is in every single round because it's always somewhere different.
I mean, the cool thing about this match to me as well is, you have Kenny and Guardian, you have Simple and Shox. You have four players that at one point in time in Counter-Strike history have been considered the best player. The top player.
Yeah.
Which is insane, the amount of skill we're going to have in the server. They do only just have a couple players in the server, so we're going to have a little bit of time to roll with this.
Okay, cool.
So let's have a good time.
So just like a broad sweeping kind of
Love
synopsis
these. Yeah.
of G2 is the way that they like to approach the game, or the way it seems is obviously they're bringing more strategy and stuff in. That's what we've seen over this team's development. It looks like that they've been going to that online. But in more recent times, they've been rolling back the years to bring in the force buys and be more aggressive. And the reason they can do that is because they're such a talented roster. They just do their 4-1 pack rolls, and they just go for fights, and they take you down, and they swarm you. They don't give you a chance. Now, the interesting thing in this matchup is Na'Vi is known for the opposite on their T side. They're methodical, they're spread out, they're waiting for the CTs to make the decisions, waiting to see what they do, waiting out their utility, making a calculated decision. It's going to be really interesting to see how those sides clash, because the pace being dictated by G2 on the CT side of both Nuke and Overpass can be negated pretty well by Na'Vi's well-structured default strategies. So that's where the clash is really going to come to a head, and I don't know. It's going to be who's hitting shots, right? Yeah. The CTs can step on out and make the headshots, and the Ts can't do anything about it. They're going to have a rough time with their default. That
swarming G2 attack, it's going to be like a flashback to the great Emu War of the 1930s.
Did we confirm whether that was real or
real.
not?
I guess it's
That's
real.
a real thing.
Real?
Chad was a little disappointed, I feel, to find that out, that his country actually had to battle the emus.
Yeah. How do you feel about his pronunciation of that? Is it
emus.
getting...
I can't believe he said emus.
We don't have these animals where I come from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
point,
thanks, guys.
Well, you wanted us to help you out there, but
I did actually a little bit.
You decided to bully me about emus, and we have an anti-bullying policy going on right now.
We need to talk about this
the yellow
anti-bullying
and red
policy.
cards. I want to see physical cards now, to be fair.
We need physical cards.
Yeah, Mitch will be the commissioner. Yeah, he is kind of our commissioner.
But that's only for worms, though, isn't it, surely? Does
What's
it
that?
then bleed through onto anything else? I thought it was only the commissioner for worms. Does that apply to...
Maybe for
I don't know.
For life?
Yeah.
Henry and Chad have been kind of fragile lately with the bullying thing.
Right.
It's gone a little bit too far, I feel, this anti-bullying campaign. I just keep hearing that in my head
I just
every 10
wish
seconds.
it's like an open mic on the casting desk, so you
It
hear
would be
what we
great.
hear.
It's
I don't
like-
know if it would be, but
Sometimes we just think we're dreaming, don't we? But
Or
take a deep
nightmare.
breath.
This is your
Nightmare.
reality,
Deep breath,
Chad.
and
I believe
we're
we can
still
call it.
here. Do you want to talk more about Counter-Strike, or do you want to have more fun, Jason? I'm happy to have fun.
I would like to have fun.
Okay.
Oh, we're
What
on
have
the
you
fun
got for me,
topic.
Chad? Because you're looking at a Counter-Strike webpage right now, so I feel like
I was trying to make it
trying
Counter-Strike
to find a way
related
to
fun.
combine the fun. If you had to make a prediction, because we don't do them for matches, if we had to do the VP versus SK soccer game,
Okay, here we go. Now we're talking.
now we're talking. Who
Soccer
do you
game.
think is going to win that? The question becomes: is it actually like a 5-on-5 game, or is it like 3-on-3?
Are coaches involved?
Didn't they say 6
yeah,
on
you can throw
6?
some coaches in there. Is it 6-on-6?
I think that's what they
So coaches
said?
involved. Listen, VP's got a lot of big human beings that are just going to be like tough to really stop.
I can imagine
But
the-
SK no Neymar. They'll just call him up. Be like,
Imagine the
"Look."
brand.
fly in
Get
real
it over.
quick.
Imagine the brand of Polish soccer, though, or football. I can see it being very ruthless, aggressive.
Right? What are you trying to say here, Chad?
the brand of Brazilian soccer that we've always been told is like, beautiful. It's very fluid, very stylistic. It's pretty to watch and everything. But I mean, these are not, professional soccer players. These are, esports professionals.
Speaking
I'm not
of-
quite sure that
didn't
we can
Kogu-
bust this out.
Wasn't Kogu trying to be a professional soccer player?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Oh, I thought you were old enough to remember that kind of stuff.
I mean, I remember Kogu. I did beat him in a match.
Oh, was it
actually, at
Kiku?
CPL.
Nice.
Just
Should've
name
been
dropping
Kiku.
that. What's up?
Could have been Kiku.
It could have been. Could have been one of them.
Yeah.
Holden, one of the old U.S. players, was actually playing for the U.S. national team in the World Cup a few cups back. Till he blew out his knee like 3 times.
Oh,
That's always
good.
fun. Yeah, good ending to that story.
Nice
it's
memories,
a bright
guys.
spot.
Yeah. That's where he ruined everything. And moving on.
Yeah.
Do we have any graphics we can throw up on the screen to help?
So,
do you think, Jason?
so what are we waiting on? Is it players?
Yeah,
just
it's
taking
players.
Their
It's
time?
players that we're waiting on right now.
Nice.
So
I
tweet
love
at the
that.
players,
Yeah.
not us.
No one ever
It's a
would do
vicious cycle, isn't it?
It is a little bit of a vicious cycle. It's all right though. We always have a good time on this.
That. Yeah. Well,
Dusk.
we can talk about the talent being announced for IM Sydney.
Yes, we are happy to announce that the IM City talent has been
Is that a
put out on
lifeline?
Twitter. It's I'm going to take that one away. I'm going to roll with it. All of us here at the ESL Pro League broadcast have been announced as the Sydney talent. We also have Yanko coming in. We got Sponge's boy Sniper's going to be on the analyst desk with one of the other Australian legends.
Back from the Vox days.
Back from the Vox days. And then who was the reporter they have there? He's apparently like a commentator for like console games mostly, but like the Australian scene loves him.
Lauren, save me.
Miles Ross.
Yeah,
Miles
thank you.
Ross. Yeah,
Mitch will be the desk host.
Mitch will.
Yep.
No, yeah, he will.
Yep.
He will be the desk
Yeah,
host.
he will be. And who else we got? Is
Big
there anyone
OJ.
else?
And
Oh,
big
OJ
OJ Borg.
Borg.
Orange
Big
juice is in the
dog.
house.
How can we
OJ.
forget about OJ? Oh, you
can't.
want to jump out of an airplane?
I do want to jump out of an airplane. We are going to do that. There's
You're
a
gonna
nice
do
there's
that.
a nice little spot where they take you up 14,000 feet. You hop out. It's over one of the beaches.
Okay.
Apparently you can spot like animals and wildlife in the water as you do it. So we're going to try and get some players up there as well.
My biggest fear for doing this, I would like to do it, but is the potential bad weather. I don't really want to skydive in rain.
I don't think they let you skydive in rain.
Okay, well then your money might be going down the drain, Jason. Because
Well, I guess we'll have to look at the cancellation policy, wouldn't we?
give them a call.
This is becoming very practical.
Get on the dog and bone.
I like it.
What else can we talk about that's cool?
I feel like we could have gone to the skydiving thread for another minute or so.
There was more.
Lauren
There
didn't
was
like
definitely
that.
more there.
There's way more there, but. So
I ruined it.
Yeah, a little bit, Chad.
What would you recommend we do in Australia when we're there? If we're not, let's say it rains. Let's say we can't do skydiving. What's the next best activity?
It's Sydney. It's not my neck of the woods.
Okay.
But you can go see the Sydney Opera House.
Okay, yeah.
You could do the bridge walk.
That always looks cool.
You could walk the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Is there anything to that outside of walking over a bridge?
You
looks alright.
have to be strapped to the bridge, I believe.
Okay, so it's like
across
it's not
it.
just
You
like
walk
walking
over the structure, the bridge itself.
That could be cool.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
A lot of things that have to do with heights that we're throwing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this-
You don't like animals per se, and I know Lawrence
I
likes
enjoy animals.
spiders.
I just don't want
If
to die to a
anyone
spider.
I
is
enjoy
coming,
animals
if
very
anyone is
much.
coming to IEM Sydney, and they want an autograph or they want a photo with either of you, I think make sure you bring a plastic spider.
Don't do that.
Because it would be fantastic to see the reactions of
Don't do
both of
that.
you as the
Why
selfie
would you do
comes in
that?
with a little spider.
Don't do that.
When I vacationed
You're
in
horrible.
Cambodia, they have deep fried tarantulas.
Okay.
So I've been face to face with a creepy looking
deep-fried-
spider. Even dead, it's
you try it?
unnerving. Absolutely not. Well, right next to the spider was a deep fried scorpion, and right next to the scorpion was a deep fried snake, all on the same kebab stick. And
What scares you about spiders?
They can kill me.
Which spiders, Lauren, do you think can kill you?
Funnel web.
Yeah,
They
that'll
sound
do.
deadly.
That'll do. Any of them.
So
Any of
just
the
one
ones
spider
that look a bit
that
deadly.
is very unlikely that you will see.
But the point is, they can kill me. I should be scared of it.
What
It's
is the
silly
other one
not
that you
to be
always tell
scared
us?
of it.
It's
The redback.
The
I think you
redback.
guys call it the black widow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But isn't the red spot on the belly? It's not, on
Not
the
in
back.
Australia, it's on the back.
So everything really is upside down over there. Great.
Yeah, and the toilets do flush the other way.
Chad would know.
That feels like
So much
that
about
feels
plumbing.
not true.
That is not true.
Okay.
Yeah, so a redback spider is not going to kill an adult.
All right.
It's going to give you a red rash. You're going to have a really bad time.
I think it's the idea.
It just
more
doesn't.
than more than actually
you
being.
guys should be more worried about the snakes.
I don't mind snakes. Little danger noodles.
There was so many places that
Yeah,
could
I
have
know.
gone.
I was about to go
So many
somewhere.
places that
Thankfully,
could've gone.
Sadek has interjected in
You
my
know
brain.
what is I can save us right now, and this amazing thing
Really?
that we're doing with the fantasy league.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
we
the
can actually
fantasy
talk about
league.
fantasy.
I don't know. I don't know if it's physically possible for production to throw up the fantasy graphic that we have. But I mean, he's also going to have it on screen if you can just pull it off
No,
there.
probably don't do that. It's never a safe bet.
No, we know what
Yeah, you
Chad's
closed
been
all your
looking at
tabs.
recently.
What have we got here? I think Lauren is still on top, but Shazam did some good work for us yesterday.
Jason, every time we talk about fantasy, you have to make innuendo, don't you? I've hit F11.
I'm in
and
innuendo?
we can
Let's
bring
have
it
a
away.
little- Yeah, I'm still on top.
Oh. Ah, yeah. I walked right into that, didn't I?
Yep.
You and on top of the danger noodles.
So, off of last night's matches, I had several Misfits players in my team,
Yep.
and I've climbed. I'm
Yeah,
catching
you
up
have.
to Lauren.
You're not winning yet, though.
No, but
So-
a huge turnaround based off Jason's favorite player, Shazam.
Yeah, he had a very good
Getting
evening,
a
didn't
lot
he?
done, and I think it actually helped Hank a bit. He's still on the bottom,
by a fair amount.
but it's good to see him climbing little bits
I
at a
think
time.
the more embarrassing thing about Henry being last and Uber being second to last is the fact that I don't think Machine has changed his
No, he's
roster
not.
in
Let's
probably
have a
like
look.
2
Let's
months.
have a, yeah, let's see. No, he's definitely
He's
not.
only got 4 players and he hasn't changed his roster.
He's done the Chad strat.
It's a good strategy.
He's been committed
It's
to
not
that as
that.
well.
I feel like it's not that good.
These are really safe picks, though, because you're going to always expect within the North American region these 3 guys to get some frags.
Yeah, he's just gone complete safety net. That's fine. It's done all right for him.
So the issue that we have here, Lauren, is I believe that you have Simple and Guardian, and I also have Simple and Guardian.
Yeah, so it's going to kind of...
Yeah, these
out.
players don't matter because we're going to have the same amount of points after
Yep.
this week. It's just how Dupree, your favorite
They're not
player,
playing,
not doing
again,
fantastic for you.
It's North and Immortals.
Yeah, so I have Magix and you have Config. So let's hope that
Again-
my player does better than yours,
Config's got that.
and I can take first place.
I think Immortals are playing again this week, if I'm not mistaken. I don't actually know the NA schedule off by heart.
Check out. Let's check out Sadicus roster. He's in 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's check out a bit of what Matt's up to. We really are waiting on players, aren't we? This is getting...
this is a hot wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so he picked Cutler.
Oh, God, that went very
CLG,
poorly.
I don't think they've
Wait,
played
he
yet.
picked Cutler, who played against Immortals? So CLG played Immortals.
Have they played yet?
Well, this is the schedule for tonight. I believe it is
All
over
right.
in North America. So CLG's
So-
taking on Complexity. I've got my boy Kusa in the lineup. So
Kusa could be
there's
one.
a
Yeah.
pretty good fantasy farming for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then NRG versus Rush. I've got Peter on NRG.
Huh.
And there's another good fantasy
Oh, I'll
farming.
bring up yours. You were explaining how you did the online strategy by
Oh,
picking
yeah,
players.
absolutely.
And these are your words, picking
Straight up.
players who can only compete on the internet, I believe you
Okay.
said.
Wow.
I mean, now you're just
Well,
trying to make this
that's-
sound a little bit harsh.
That's a little strong.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, on those notes, since we're trying to, I mean, here's your anti-bullying campaign, just not following your own rules. We're going to send it over to the most devious of all Worms players. It's Henry G and his sidekick Sadicist.
I actually don't play Worms. It's the worst $30 I've ever spent in my life. If I've ever seen an overpriced game, that is it.
Want to talk about Counter-Strike at all?
Nah,
Or just Worms?
that's another overpriced game.
I think it's pretty cheap for all things considered. What, $10? No,
Free to play.
you want it free to play.
That's what it should be.
Well, you don't have to play to watch. You can actually just tune in and
You
watch us
should have
talk
to pay
about
to
it.
watch. I think the game should be free to play and pay-per-view to watch.
Okay, fair enough. A new approach to the Counter-Strike viewing
Hey man, all
strategy there.
these productions don't come cheap.
Well, it's G2 versus Na'Vi here on Nuke. A nice matchup coming in here. I think this is definitely going to be quite an exciting one. We've got Guardian in amazing form right now going up against the likes of Kenny S and Shoxy as well. Nuke, a very good map for G2, I have to say. It seems one of their much stronger ones in the map pool right now. And we are going live as well. It's going to be a CT start for Na'Vi by the looks of things. That's a little bit more beneficial, I would say. It's not overly CT biased at this point, but it's still slightly favored towards them, I think. And we're going to have a look at the buys coming in for G2 as we get into this pistol round. 5 sets of armor. Lots of teams opting for rushes in the upper bomb side these days. Maybe towards ramp as well. You can try and overwhelm that one player in the ramp position, get towards lower as fast as you possibly can. Seed has got the defuse kit and a smoke grenade as well.
Hey, Pex. I'm going up to the roof early on. Potential to bust out skylights, but I've not heard any broken glass. This is going to be a full push. Flamey's going to go first. They'll think he's alone. The others will bust in and go for the trades. Flamey getting a kill before even going down. I take that back. It was simple. Will at least be traded and avenged. That's the plan. It works. Simple's going to go for more. He's got 3 already in the pistol round. Look at the bomb. He doesn't see it. But it's problematic because G2 has to go back and grab that at some point in time. Guardian, good shot on Apex, chance to close the round here and now. He'll get tagged up, puts Kenny in a position where Guardian repeaks it. I was going to say Simple could wrap around.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense for Guardian to repeat that, but he went for it and managed to land the headshot there. So 4 players in ramp from the CT side to kick off the round there. And Simple, aggressive, of course, towards the ramp room. He finds 3 kills in total, looked very calm. Didn't seem to actually break a sweat whatsoever. So 1-0 for Na'Vi, and everything's shut down there as G2 try to make their way towards the ramp room. It's going to be a force buy return, though. Tech 9s, 4 of those, and a little CZ for MBK as well. They have 1 smoke to work with. That goes towards outside. Just taking vision away. And I think that's a bit of a ruse. They're heading towards lobby here and maybe ending up towards ramp, where Flamey is waiting with the UMP. Good grenade about to come in.
Not great grenade. A little bit deep, actually. Went through them. But Flamey's ready, drops down. They're just going to jump into his gun. I think he had a few bullets left in that
No,
magazine.
he had to reload.
Did
I
he?
got on my screen.
Okay, I didn't quite. It was on the screen too. I just didn't pay attention.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry. But either way, he did go down, and they'll have to be careful of the fact that they're going to get pushed through. Turnpike, Simple wasn't ready for that at all. He wasn't anticipating the fact that Shox would be so close. He gets taken back by Guardian, and Kenny, already making it downstairs, will try and bust out the vent, surprise them inside. Done so, grabs a UMP. Chance in this round, 2 versus 2 as well as the bomb. Just getting into the lower bomb site, in position now.
Yeah, the French side, so good with these Tech-9s. Bomb goes down, no kits available for the CTs, and another kill coming in. Edward tries to get on the vents there, and he's going to be met by kennyS. Up to Guardian now, can't really do much about this. Has to find his kills very quickly. I think he's going to opt to save the M4. He knows he's out of this one. There's no reason for the T's to really do anything at this point. Let's make him fire some shots, give away his position, run down the timer, and kill him in the end. kennyS will pick it up, and G2 fight back in the second round now. A little ramp rush, pushing for the smoke as well. We thought it was going to be tied up after Flamey got the first 2 kills, but then the Tech-9, they always seem to prevail, and here's the replay of Simple pushing the ramp in the 3rd shot, especially was very nice indeed. There it is.
Yeah, crispy, as you would say.
Indeed.
How do you like your bacon?
I don't eat bacon, so...
Why do you not eat bacon?
I don't eat pork.
Oh, right. I knew that. I'm sorry.
But
bacon's not pork, it's bacon.
Yeah, it's true. It's a different product.
Yeah, bacon is on its own, and it has its own food group.
Bit of maple syrup on there.
Yeah, maple syrup also having its own food group. And then strawberry milkshake. That's the other food group no one knows about.
Specifically strawberry.
Yes. Navi's done well here with these pistols. Hang on, we could have a back and forth affair. It's an affair that goes 2 ways.
Yeah, well, this is a CSGO in a nutshell right now, isn't it? The pro scene, especially at this level, always forcing back, and it seems the pistols and scouts prevail every single time. We have a player dropping out. It's on the Navi side, and it's in threesome, so not a big deal. We get straight back into it. So G2, I'll have a look at their cash as well. They've actually got enough to buy. They've got kennyS who can afford the AWP. So if they were going to force, that would make a lot of sense. The AWP comes in, of course it does, and he'll be surrounded by UMPs, Tech-9s, maybe a Shox AK by the looks of things as well. They'll be looking to go towards outside, and they won't be up against an AWP, but Guardian's got the scout, and he can cause some damage there. If he gets a couple of tags, he's got backup as well, which is likely. He wouldn't be on the scout outside by himself, I don't think. Maybe a player on the catwalk to back him up. Flame with a decent spawn. He plays towards the ramp for him. Maybe he can go towards Secret. We'll see what he decides to do. Guardian up against kennyS now. The final buy comes in. 2 Tech-9s. Well, Deagle and a Tech-9, a UMP, and Shoxy on the AK with no head armor.
Kenny, AWP going to head over toward the ramp room. Oh, wow. That is about as good as you get. Actually, I like to see it.
Yeah.
I'm not sadokistic for nothing. Perfectly placed nade. Straight in the gonads. Actually, it was closer to his feet, but that's not as exciting, is it, Henry?
It's not.
No, definitely not. They're set and ready for this crossfire over toward ramp, so they've got to be careful walking in. Flamey's backed off early, but Simple aligned. We'll take down 2 as soon as they walk through. It's Kenny that gets the response back, but bomb temporarily held in its place as Flamey still to contest with as it does head to the lower bomb site. Or will it? Because Shox, perfect position, will take Guardian. That opens up hell. Even though he backed off for that exact position, no one was watching Outer. Seems to try to flank. MBK finds him. It's suddenly turned around, and they can go anywhere they like. Flamey knows it. He's going to try and capitalize. Kenny was looking, not quite posted up with the op in such a way that he could take the shot, but now it's all about just getting the bomb down.
Yeah, they might be able to do it as well. Flamey's in towards the lobby, but unfortunately, he can't actually get to the top just yet. But Edward striking. It's going to come down to the 1v1 as MBK fights back as well. Flamey up against 2. MBK and kennyS.
Shut through. It's tight. Ooh, tight angle and Flamey hitting the harder shot on Kenny, and then gets repeaked by MBK when he wasn't ready for it. Another bullet would have done it.
So the force buy once again comes out on top, and presumably Navi did the same. That money's not great, but oh, there it is. Edward's gone all in. He gets the UMP. This one should subside at this point. It's very unlikely the CTs win this round. Have a look at that buy. 2 Deagles and a UMP. CTs on a CZ as well. Simple. I guess he has to be the danger man going to this round. We said it many times before. He's one of the absolute best players in the world. If ever there was a time to step up, this would be it. A chance to get back into the game. And Simple will be heading towards lower, potentially going towards that secret area as well, see if he can find players. Oh, using smokes right now to get outside. Simple is indeed heading to secret. Can he find anything from this?
Indeed. He's going to get out in a position of timing. Smokes are down, the wall's there, but there's no one in behind the red crate, no one pushing into his position or countering off his position, I should say.
Yeah, he's been very patient at this point. They are down towards lower, though.
Good play from Edward. Spots the feet. Apex walks in. Edward can't line it up, but that Q's Simple in. Edward drops down. He tries to change and catch them off, but doesn't work. And Simple, he stayed alive long enough to get one more. The important part is he has the bomb, but picked up through the edge of the wall, smoked off as well. Bomb's now gone back into the hands of those trying to plant it at upper, and they'll rotate around. Guardian with the Deagle. Heads over towards Simple, but it's Flamey that goes up the ladder, and I do believe Guardian's going to try and go all the way around to Lobby, which is ambitious at this point in time, I have to say. Simple's been hurt as well. Body definitely heard him jumping up from the AC, hence why he's set and ready with the Tech-9, but he's aimed well high. Simple's able to walk in and get the jump. Not only that, he takes down Shox and MBK and Hut. As soon as he's spotted, doesn't even need to be. Guardian just walks in.
Well, we said this is the point where the game calms down. Very unlikely that Na'Vi can find anything with 1 M4 and some Deagles, but we said Simple, the danger man. He gets 4 kills in total. The defuse comes in as well, and the bomb going down suggests G2 will force back in return as well. The idea behind this is the loss bonus. You don't want to accumulate, really. You don't want Na'Vi to build up cash. You have to keep applying the pressure, and we'll see whether G2 do subscribe to that mentality. They're thinking about it. They've got about 2,500 per player, so Shox has gone all in, and they will indeed be forcing 3 Tech-9s, 4 now, MBK with the UMP as well. This is one of those crazy games, very difficult to analyze the tactical approach to it, because every round is going to be based on loose calls and trying to find picks with these Tech-9s and be smoking in into a basic approach in upper. You can see Shox using the smoke. They'll take vision away from the vent. Might just be baiting out that he's made it down there. Very difficult round for them, but if there was a team to make things happen with the Tech-9s, G2 would be out.
Guardian will take down Apex. You're certainly right, G2 are it. I think the eco round is their specialty. Unfortunately, pistols were not in their quarterfinal against FaZe. Could have been a very different outcome to the entire tournament if they'd even won 1 pistol in that series, Henry. To be fair. Seized will put down Shox. Na'Vi looking good all right now.
That should
good
be
all
it.
right. They're looking good all right. By the way, G2's schedule for the rest of this season
Yeah.
is daunting. So they've had an incredible comeback coming from last place to win, I think it was 8 games in a row, and put themselves well into the playoff positions. But now they play Na'Vi, VP, Fnatic, and Astralis, I think, is their last 4 teams to play. So it's not like it's easy on the way out. Don't quote me on that, but it's in that realm of tier team and skill level. So they've got a tough little end of the year for them.
We'll see whether they can bounce back after the rough start to the season as well. It wasn't looking promising at all, but obviously with a star ladder, we saw what they're capable of at least, and looking to replicate that form going forward. This should be an eco for them. We did take a tactical pause at that stage. It's going to be the first full eco of the game by the looks of things. G2 now, second set DOS bonus, they got about 3k in the bank. They can buy up next round. It'd be an absolute nightmare to force into this one. It's very unlikely they decide to do that, but stranger things have certainly happened. We'll see what they decide to do here. Deagle comes out. This will be the more conservative approach. Some Deagles, maybe P250s, a couple of smokes, just try and get towards ramp. Objective, get the bomb down. That'll be all they're really aiming for here. But no AWP for Guardian as of yet. He actually hasn't had that weapon at all. It's been kennyS that's ordered it a couple of times and managed to win a round from it. But for now, Na'Vi looking to get the 5-2. We're extending this pause a little bit here. It's a strange, it must be more technical than tactical at this stage. It's not really a point for G2 to spend this much time discussing their ideas. It's going to be very limited for them, round number 7. Deagle and Glocks for now. So, Na'Vi just trying to keep 5 players alive. If 1 player goes down, it's actually not the end of the world, because that means Guardian can get an AWP, drop his M4 over, and that's when the game really begins.
I didn't begin yet.
Not really, because we haven't had a full gun round.
Oh, okay.
So that's when... really
they all count, Henry.
I know, but I mean, like, in terms of
I know.
my tactical side of it and analysing it for you, it's very difficult when it's just running around with Tech-9s. Everyone's just...
There's a hole in the crotch of my pants.
Is that...
Time to throw these ones out, I think.
So, final buy comes in. 3 P250s, Deagle, no nades. Means there's probably rush up here. There we go. Body's leading the charge. Mowed down, but Shox just find a kill in return.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Seized in good position. Far as you can go over to the left now on those vents, no longer being able to drop, or excuse me, sit above, squeak in, drop down quickly. Kenny will wait at lobby, why not? He'll do it because he Kenny.
Well, they have managed to get an AK here. That's in the hands of Apex. As you can see, he's actually managed to make his way beneath heaven. Could find Flamey here. Comes down to the timings. You can see him kind of changing his focus towards the ramp, and Apex does indeed find him. 3-on-3 now. A chance for G2.
Edward Tight position at this doorway. He's going to try and get to the site. Instead, somehow survives that because he takes the dink on the initial exchange. And Kenny goes down. Apex, though, has good position to try and use the AC vent, or rather entrance to heaven to his advantage. He's already jumped up, made his way in. No armor, aim punch, significant factor. So to our headshots, if he can dish them out from the AK-47, however, so. See if that's something to work with. Didn't quite see where the nade came through the smoke. Taken out immediately by Seized, who then goes back to the door and greets Shox.
Na'Vi 5-2, got a bit dicey there as Apex found the AK-47 and a couple of frags, but this should be, like I said, the first full buy now for either side. Guardian brings out the AWP as he drops over his M4 as well. And Edward down to just the SMG, but not a big deal. Kenny has a very good spawn, so the options with a good spawn, squeaky door, open that up as fast as you can, try and find the player coming in from main entrance, or just go and straight up challenge outside. We'll see what he opts for here. Actually looks like he's heading towards the silo here. Oh, is this sort of set smoke? We're using the spawn, his teammates are going very quickly towards outer.
Simple's waiting in a perfect position. It's a great position, but it also means he's got to strike while the iron's hot and capitalize inside of the smokes, which takes a risk of knowing what's on the other side, rather not knowing as he gets MBK. Kenny now knows that, all right, you've covered off secret for me, part of my job done. I'll start to look and make sure that we can cover off the drop down inside events instead, as Simple wants to make that approach. They're down a man still. Simple takes Kenny. That's going to make things a lot more difficult, but Apex's rotation back toward the stairwells of decon could be timely. Not only that, Shox is lurking, found by Guardian. And there's really not much entrance. Was that through the door?
I think it was.
Just for the sake of it. Just spraying it. Why not? It's Apex to do some decent work, though. However, it's down to Body. He's got one bomb still planted. Somehow they pulled this back, despite the shots through this board, despite it all starting off, but Body can't find the kill. He's on the defuse. He's going to hold it down, and Body's lost it.
Oh, it's so frustrating when that happens. As soon as you start spraying, you don't find a hit in the initial, 10 bullets. You start panicking a little bit. You know, the time's ticking down and you have 5 seconds available to you. And Body can't find the frag. And now we extend that lead down to 6-2 after G2 looking pretty promising overall in that round, managing to get towards Secret, but Simple finds MBK as the last player. Simple with great patience and awareness at that point, just to wait for that last player to come sneaking down the back, takes him down. It was a very difficult round for G2 after that one, especially that wall bang from Guardian through the decon door. We'll get into round number 9. Osborne is starting to help out here for G2. It's going to be 4th stage for them, and the bomb going down as well allows them to get 5 AKs. Lacking utility, as you can see, MBK and Apex low, but a nice boost above the smoke here. Gives Apex some vision, looking to find the first frag, but Guardian a little faster than that to take him down.
MBK. Oh, did he not? Surely, okay, Kenny did. I thought he saw his foot sticking around the corner. Little baby toe, Henry. Little baby toe. Down to the site goes Flamey. He's on 9 HP. He's got to be very careful on Body's approach. Not to get bodied. Certainly didn't. Good shot from Flamey indeed on the M4.
3-on-2 now. Kenny S did find Seized, and you can see Flamey is low, and Kenny S very proficient with the rifle. He's known for his AWP, but so far he's found all the kills for G2 with the AK-47. Now a 2-on-2, which I'd say favors the French side, all things considered. They have more HP, a smoke to work with, and 45 seconds as well. Guardian by himself on the upper side, but G2 Shox as walks into his crosshair there. Up to Kenny now. He needs the ace to win this round.
He needs the ace to win the round. He's only going to find 2, so it's doable as he gets in through the window, finds the headshot on Guardian. Bomb grabbed, 9 HP on Flamey, vent closed. But Kenny walking into the vent, drops down, misses the shot because the axis is straight down. He's off to the right. Kenny came so close to 5. He only gets 4.
So close yet so far. That was sick from Kenny as well. 4 big kills, and it looked like he had that round hype as well.
The panic too. As soon as he busts out, oh dead.
The thing is, anyone is not 100% aware if you're falling down in CS, you lose your accuracy. And that scenario, though, you'd think you'd get a bit lucky. Just 1 bullet, he fired maybe 5 before he drops down. Just 1 of them had to hit. He wins the round. 4 kills, not finding it. That's going to be a bitter pill to swallow. But he does get a lot of money for that in total. So he gets the AWP, and Guardian has spotted him. Gives away his position at least. So a chance for either or to make something happen here. There's 1 player on towards Silo as well. Guardian will be focusing towards that area for now. Double orb set up on the CT side. It's an interesting approach. Can be very difficult to retake bomb sites, but if you get all the kills before that, maybe it's not such a big deal.
Guardian Oh, timing is everything. Peeks out, spots Apex. And try and find another. That is ridiculous. I think there's some GoTV embellishment in that because that was so fast we didn't even see Shocks. And kennyS will sit inside of the big garage. Flash goes in. He actually does find Guardians. That works out. Body above, gets Flamey back. Unfortunately, he lost Kenny in that time.
3-on-1. Body of 50 HP. Position given away. Edward waiting for him in the upper rafters as well. This is an almost impossible round 4 body. Caesar's there and the CT vent as well. Has got the bomb and a smoke and a Molotov to work with it, but what are his options? He has to find a frag first. He knows that as well. So unfortunately for him, Seized holding that wider angle there, making the challenge towards main entrance, takes him down, and Guardian hitting some fantastic shots there, I have to say. Very impressive indeed. And his Flamey's POV when Kenny dropped down the vents, I believe.
Look, Kenny jumps in. Yeah, this is when he first peeked it. Kenny had no idea, didn't he? And like you say, you'd think it'd be one random bullet, but he was also looking slightly left. And as he looked straight down, he would have had to turn his mouse as well to get over toward him.
Well, this looks like a partial buy. It's actually a little bit more oil in than I like. They have got maximum loss bonus, keep about 1,500. At least have a buy available. They've gone very quickly down towards Secret here, but Simple, he's waiting for them. He should be able to gun most of them down. There's 2, looking for the 3rd as well. Nails it. Good work by Simple.
Good work indeed.
That should be the round tied up here. 4 kills. Simple looking for the ace. Down to 11 HP, but might just find it. Shocks gets the better of him just there as well. But the objective for them on this partial buy, try to get the bomb down here. And if he maybe just rushed it at that point, he could have had a chance, but it doesn't look like it'll be possible at this stage. He might find another kill. That's a nice shot to take on Edward, but his days are numbered.
Shocks tries to get back above. Can't do it. Turns around though and does get seized. This is reasonable. Now he's got position, but he's run out of HP in the end, Henry. Not always a good thing to run out of. It doesn't really conducive to winning rounds.
He does a lot of damage to their economy. You can see the rebuys on your screen right now. After that, it's going to be Edward with no cash left over, and Simple very low as well, down to 0. So those 3 kills are actually very beneficial to Shocks. He doesn't win the round, sure, but if G2 pick up 1 now, he could force him into an eco. So that's actually very good indeed. 9-2, like I said, maximum loss bonus. And then some. I think it's 7 rounds in a row so far in favor of Na'Vi. 9-2. Another full buy here. Very good boost. This is nice to chuck in once a half. Flame will be going up this time. His teammate probably going down towards lower. And Apex is actually snuck down towards Secret as well. So the wall of smoke's working out for him. Sees a nice angle. And he gets blocked by the smoke slightly. No one dying, but Shock's taking significant damage.
Apex already inside of the fence. We'll bust it out. No one on the inside of the ramp. Gets Apex down. Rotating back in, hence why I'm scared to take out the vents, but that allows them to go upper. They know one's gone below. They've cleared the rafters. This is an open upper bomb site, which, despite being a man down, is something to work with. Nuke, we know, is very hard to retake. Kenny. He's going to sit and make sure front door is covered off as well. That'll let the others inside of the site, the other 2, put more focus on positions such as this and Hut. Simple already above, though, with a flash out. Going to try and find an angle in toward the site. Kenny getting seized down back to 3s. Smokes off 2 teammates. Simple has no way in. Kenny's going to get aggressive. Good find from Simple, though, over the box to get Shocks in the corner. He's still searching, though, and Body's going to find one in return. But it's this man that they're trying to find, a 1 versus 1, and Kenny makes it through the window, through the smoke as well. I don't think Simple's going to be ready for this at all. Kenny, perfect positioning. Nicely played.
Well, finally, G2 gets something on the board here. They haven't actually posted a single gun round as of yet, and we did say if they win that one, that's actually massive for them going forward. The Na'Vi economy was in a weak position there. So it's 9-3. kennyS once again finding multiple frags in that round, and a 1v1 versus Simple as well. Held his nerve and managed to take down that final orb shot as well. We get into round number 13. There is a force buy for Na'Vi here. Probably would have been double eco regardless. So they managed to get an AWP on Guardian. He's the only player with residual cash there. So he gets the AWP out, and he's the sort of player that can make things happen all by himself. He goes towards Secret this time as well, and that's where G2 are heading. So he could be very dangerous in this one. One player's made out on the vent side as well, I believe. So this is going to be almost impossible for him. Let's see if he can step up. Nails the first shot. Shocks is waiting for him, though.
Good shot, Kenny, indeed. Guardian goes down. Simple will rotate back toward the big garage. Incredibly, Na'Vi, without much weapons and money, considering how many rounds they've won, but they're also finding kills in this. Simple finds yet another. Kenny's missed his shot on the vents, gets stuck on the doorway. Edward takes him down, stays alive in this as well. He's gonna go back around the corner, try and get the shots in. Ammo gone, Shocks down yet again. Na'Vi in a position to steal a round away for all intents and purposes. But Body's in good, whoa, I was hoping he was gonna continue with that. He's in good position, he's got a Molotov. They don't have kits. Spots one already takes it. This is his round to lose. Edward's gonna face him. Headshot would do it, but Body's ready. And he'll hold on. I know you're a fan of Body.
I am. I think he's an awesome CS player. Not the flashiest, but one of the smartest, I think, playing his role. And that's a nice 2v1 versus him. Disciplined, didn't give too much away. Got the information with the sound cues as to where they were going. He nails that first shot, and like he said, it's his round to lose at that point. He knows it as well. Does everything he can to limit the options of the CT, making him commit to trying to take him down in the duel. And let's hit the second shot as well. This is G2 getting right back into this game. It was looking quite bleak for them at one point, but 9-4. Another full eco for Na'Vi here. P250s and USPs. That's about all they can bring to the table at round number 14. We're getting to the closing stages now of the first half. And if G2 get 9-6 here, which is very, very likely, they've actually got a decent half and still well within this game. So they know the money's low. That's why they're slowing things right down now. You can see Shoxy and Body patrolling towards ramp room, looking for any aggression there coming in from the CT side. No real stacks from the CTs. Haven't really got an objective here. Just hoping they can make these Deagles land some shots, but it's Shoxy to strike first as he takes down Flamey there. 5-on-4, and still just waiting for the reaction to come in.
We're all just in it for the reaction, Henry. That's what it's all about. Shots are going out. Body starts off by taking Guardian. Edward, however, will get Shocks back. He only finds 2. And it's G2 that end up winning the round to make their 5th. So they hold on in the end. They pull it back ever so slightly. And now they're making a half out of this. They're making a case for themselves.
Absolutely. 9-6 isn't a bad half at all, especially after losing the pistol. So they've done a good job. It was an interesting opening few rounds, the back and forth 4 spies, but now they came out on top. And since that round where Shoxy, like I said, found 3 kills, she found them a few more, all things considered. But here we go then, the final round of the first half. 5-4s, no kits, very limited on utility as well. This should be a G2 round considering they have the AWP. We're slowing things down, but it's simple. He gets an opening challenge against Apex. No smoke down this time, and he finds the first kill.
Can't find the response. Kenny. Guardian will wait to see if they'll wrap all the way onto Catwalk. That's his plan. Sitting and waiting like a man in pub battlegrounds.
That didn't really make sense from Guardian. They've got this huge advantage, 5-on-3. He takes the duel there once again, but it looks like it's still going to be fine. Just 2 players remaining for G2 at this point. Edward gets 1. That's round secured. He can't do it though, so there's another turn to this round.
I like that they are wearing camo with a little bit of green for all the, you know, wildlife that grows in a nuclear reactor. As MBK gets the shot unseized.
This is a blunder.
Yeah, double face.
Yeah.
They need you, Henry. They need Jesus.
Henry Jesus.
Henry, oh my Jesus. It's a very Newfoundland expression. Oh my Jesus. Simple will go up the ladder behind. This is just checked. There's a chance they wouldn't look right away, but MBK certainly was. They'll go 9-6. That's a great little comeback from G2.
Yeah, a horror show of a round to finish it off for Na'Vi there as well. It's going to tilt them off the face of the planet. Guardian, he had the 5-on-3, decides to face, and the round falls apart. He could have fallen back towards VT, heaven, anything. We have a 5-on-3 when you're very limited in a round like that. Take the advantage for what it's worth. Well, there it is. Na'Vi do win the half, but it's bittersweet towards the end there. G2 certainly get back into this game. We'll take a quick break and see how the second half unfolds.
was all Na'Vi to start things off. Looked convincing, including that round, a pistol round early on where it looked like they weren't going to be in it, Henry, and then all of a sudden they weren't in it anymore. It was all G2 to close out the half.
Yeah, that was a little bit shocking for Na'Vi to let a few of those rounds slip away there, but they still have the half victory. It's 9-6. They won the pistol, but that was quickly answered back by G2 as well. So still a decent half, I'd say, for both teams. Pistol in the second half can be very valuable, but G2 will switch over now to the CT side, and that's for KennyS. He was looking great, especially the rifles as well, man, I have to say. Didn't do that much with the AWP. Won a big round for them, but overall, I thought his rifle was very impressive. 9-6, and have a look what G2 can do on their CT side. He'll be getting into this momentarily. But I don't know, G2 are very good on Nuke, and they had that rough start. That's always difficult to actually analyze those kind of games. The point I'm trying to make is in terms of like, oh, what can you really say about that first half? Well, if you have the first 7 rounds coming down to pistol force buys, you always feel a bit gutted in those best of ones. Kind of, okay, we didn't allow ourselves to actually play our game there. Gave away so many rounds because of our economic situation. Couldn't get our best players on the AWPs. We didn't have enough nades to actually properly execute. So you have to be very confident in game leader in terms of your team's skill with the pistol to actually make those decisions. Obviously, G2 are very capable, but it's always a difficult game in that respect. But let's get into it, shall we? 4 sets of armor and seized. He's got 2 flashbangs and a Molotov. So the Molotov presumably used for the hut position. He's actually going towards outside. So he'll be flashing out there and going in there by himself as well, looking to challenge the USPs, which is brave, I have to say. And his teammates getting ready in lobby as well.
Lobby as well. Edward starting off by getting Apex, however. He's in the site. Bomb's gone down on the floor, though, and Body with 1 HP. Tries to do what he can, unfortunately. Gone. Bomb dropped yet again. NBK this time to find Simple. Edward gets him back immediately. Oof. But it's a trade and a trade and a trade and a trade. Do you work in the trades?
No.
Of course not. You just walk in a 1v5. Bomb's been recovered. Edward's got it in 1 versus 2. Decides to shoot at a vent that was already shot out. That one's certainly not. And he's going to go for the inevitable safe plant. Goes immediately back to the vents as well. Great read. But he's apparently unaware, although they were in front of him, or just desperate to find the opening shot, that the bullets were coming in from behind him.
I think that was a calculated risk there. Edward just trying to get the bomb down. That's the main objective. It's unlikely he's going to win round in a 2v1, but if he can find one player isolated towards the vent especially, it's unlikely the other one's rotated that quickly as well, so you might as well take the duel. Unfortunately for him, though, KennyS is going to be waiting at ramp, and he pinces him in. Takes the frag, but the bomb goes down for Na'Vi. I was about to say that means AK's in the third. They're forcing the second. We're going to do it all over again here in the second half. It's 9-7. Na'Vi trying to steal the lead away, though, once again. They get a UMP, a Galil, upgraded pistols, and seized. He's got that Molotov and smoke combo once more. So what's the play here? Is it something fast, or try and slow things right down and allow Edward to at least try and find a pick from maybe the silo area? That's where he's going to be heading. What's this little boost?
Just busting out windows, Henry.
All of them.
All of them. Oh, except for that one.
Get back up.
Oh, that's apparently a good window.
He wants that one.
There's actually, I think it was Dignitas circa 2014 that used to throw a nade from spawn that would just land in between all of the skylights and blow them out.
Yeah,
I think there's some other teams that still do
as well. Like, used to just sacrifice an HE at the start, just to get rid of all of them.
Yep.
No wasting any time now.
Oh, I thought it was going to miss. He makes it. Oh,
it didn't.
It didn't. Yep, too far to the left. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and he has no idea that's happened either, so it's going to be a problem.
And if you're smart, by the way, if you're CT and you identify that, play where that missed.
Yep.
Go right to where that smoke's supposed to land, walk in, you'll have the angle covered to your advantage every single time. I don't know if anyone is up there or not, but they've definitely gone to strike early. Apex rushes in, no one's certainly above. It's dropped down body. He's playing it, gets a neighbor landing beside him. It's Kenny who's going to walk around and catch off Simple and leave the bomb on the ground.
Yeah, this force buy hasn't really worked out for Na'Vi at all. They could have got AKs in the next round, took the gamble. It's up to Seas now in heaven. Finds a kill here, still has a chance as he finds a FAMAS as well. Bomb still down for now, and he has a chance, but whiffs the spray, and KennyS will finish things off there. G2 pick up a much-needed round, converted to a 2-0, and it's almost certainly going to be 3-0 here and ties up a 9-9 because that was the force buy from Na'Vi. For anyone that's not familiar, if the bomb goes down in the pistol, it's quite traditional in Counter-Strike as a whole that you force buy in the 3rd round with AK-47s, which is a bit of a bonus. You can't normally do that till the 4th. And Na'Vi went all in on the 2nd, tried to get the kill out. The UMP set execute towards upper, which wasn't perfect. A few missed smokes and Molotovs there. They come out, and the crossfires prevail for G2. Upper rush now, trying to get the bomb down the vents potentially. Edward has made it down. As I say that, though, Apex does find him with the MP9. Bomb dropped as well.
Apex getting another kill on Seized. It's gonna be 9-9. And at 9-9 with G2 on the CT side. Shift your odds that way. The scales tip. And therefore, guns will come up, but G2 is going to be in the hot seat and have the optional bonus round. MP9, though, a lot of bonus rounds, a bit much. We'll see if Apex just wants to run into Hut potentially and try and get some kills.
Rush ramp or something like that, go for a cheeky kill at the start of the round.
Yeah, ramp could work too, yep. Something toward lobby.
Yeah, anything like that. I guess you can sit on the Hut as well if you just want to just go for that one frag and maybe upgrade to an AK. Doesn't look like he'll be rushing at all. He'll be holding back as he goes in scrap. That's the play in towards Squeaky Door. Bit of a YOLO move, but at least the refrag comes in. 4-4.
Oh, that's a bit of a YOLO move. That's a UMP, not an MP9.
Yeah, that wasn't worth it.
Not a, oh, okay. Well, it makes it work.
Recovers.
Attaboy, Shaxay. Seized inside of Hut, has to be careful. He's being spammed at. Spick and span. Guardian, though, takes down MBK. And astonishingly, excuse me, it's G2 with the lead, despite the MP9's sacrificial push. And the ambitious play from Shox. Kenny's going to get Guardian. This has gone very well.
Yeah, that was a hell of a shot from Kenny, showing us how good he can be with the rifles. 3-on-2, though. Shoxy on 20 HP. Edward and C's now left with a lot of work to do here. The bomb is in their possession. And they're both going to be heading down towards ramp. C's is there alone for now, and it's going to be Edward. Found by Kenny S once again, his 3rd frag of the round. He's playing out of his mind right now. After C's, not really much he can do here. If he finds a couple more kills and limits the money further for G2, that would be something, but it's very unlikely they give him much to work with here. He's going beneath heaven. Kenny S still waiting for him.
So nade up for Seized. Yeah, not bad. Oh, and he reads it as he goes up, but body is there to at least take him down immediately after. And G2 now do have the lead. From the bonus as well, Kenny's up to 10K. Unsurprisingly, straight onto an AWP.
23 frags for him. That's not bad at all. Very good stuff. And yes, like you said, onto the AWP. This has to be another eco for Na'Vi. He has a bit of a partial buy. They get some Tech-9s and Deagles as well. They have 4 smokes. I would suggest quite heavily they're going towards outside with that sort of approach. Wall of smokes and try and rush towards lower, but Kenny S is waiting for them. The smokes have to be perfect. Wait for a little bit here. No one on the silo from what I can see. Smokes come in. The initial one to take away the vision as they cross over. And this will indeed be 4 players heading towards Secret, but Kenny S getting a bit aggressive here. Does his run through with the no-scope? Surely not, Kenny. Come on. Let's be sensible here.
The MP, or excuse me, UMP is a little bit more sensible in that position. However, it's been run down, gunned down by Tech-9s. You're certainly right. If Kenny had tried to push that, it would have been a problem. He could still go down here. Yeah. Low HP. Simple's got the angle.
He got punished.
The bonus round might have worked. This one may not.
Yeah, this is still anyone's round. That advantage lies towards Na'Vi, but they haven't scavenged a weapon just yet. MBK waiting towards lower. Window shot out, so it gives away Flamey's positional ease. And this is the shot that really counts. MBK can't find it quite yet. Still 5 HP, so it's going to be an equal exchange as Simple finds Apex.
MBK try and Molotov off toward the bomb, but he's a little bit late in doing so. And they actually get back through the flames toward Decon. Not pushed out to the left side, which is frustrating, no doubt, on the retake. They were hoping to find a kill immediately as the bomb goes down. They've done damage, but it's all on the body. He'll fight forward to find Simple, low enough HP, not a hard shot. The other two are going to be more challenging. Guardian's going to push as well, and that's going to put the icing on it. Not bad. They lose the bonus, win the subsequent.
Well, that was a partial buy for Na'Vi as well, and I have to say Kenny S getting a little cavalier towards outside, could hit them all running towards Secret, and that was to his downfall as well. He wanted to push through the smoke. You can see his mentality. He wanted to do it. He's known for the very close-range, flashy AWP no-scopes, and things like that, but that wasn't a correct decision. I think they were tracking the money. They knew it'd be low, and he's going to be getting ahead of himself with the amount of frags he's picked up so far. He doesn't push through the smoke in the end, but he's caught out of position from Silo, goes down to 20 HP. At that point, the player waiting at red takes him down, and that's the opening Na'Vi required to get him into that one. 10-10 now. Plenty of money available for G2. I'll have a look at the buys coming in. Kenny will get another AWP, and plenty of money around him as well. 4 M4s. UMP for seized. Another pause coming in. Tactical, of course. It's getting to the tense point of the game. No one's really got a ton of cash here. So after this investment, everyone will be down to about 0. And could mean double eco for either side, depending on who wins it. Na'Vi will be fully reset, and G2 lose this. They haven't got a loss bonus to speak of either. So
loss bonus. Henry, how do you feel about it? Obviously, new to go.
what do you mean?
Well, like it wasn't really prevalent. It wasn't in any of the other iterations.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it wasn't the same though in Source, was it? It wasn't as much?
It was exactly the same.
Oh, was it? I thought it wasn't. I thought it was less in Source. See, I didn't really follow Source because Source sucked.
It's the same at 1.6 and Source.
Listen, Henry.
So your argument doesn't really stand.
6 didn't have...
Definitely did. Trust me.
I have to look into that.
No, you don't have to. Right. I'm telling you.
Okay, fair enough. 6 also sucked.
Yeah,
actually, come to think of it, CSGO sucks.
Yeah, you hate this. You hate all of the Counter-Strikes.
I do. It's all about COD.
Oh, it's coming back this year.
But now that it's new in this game,
like
as I was saying, what do you think about it? Is it a good update?
I don't know what you're on about. To be honest.
Edward, oh, back off. Flamey's got him, though. That's going to open up Secret. Force a rotation. Should, you would think at this point, either come from ramp. Could still get on vent to cut them off on entry, but it won't. Apex is smoked off. Now he's made his way through, though, by getting seized. That's going to open it up for Lau. Flamey to take a duel and headshot in. Body's got Simple back. Bomb dropped in all of this is going to be spotted right now by Body. That's huge as well because they'd open up so much map control. Body's realized it. Yep, back off. No need. Guardians tagged as well. They'll hear that, and quite quickly, this will be dealt with. You mentioned Body's smarts. This should mean he doesn't peek in this situation at all.
Well, yeah, he knows if he goes down here, Guardian, he's going to have a chance into this one. Let's force him to plant. That's the objective. That's a close shot there. Body will capitalize as the AWP shot rattles off towards the vents. And yeah, like I said, you almost you know the bomb's there, but it's fine to let him have it, right? You've got a player in the vents, he can't go lower, make him commit to the plant. Then you kind of pincer him together. He's got to have 4 seconds actually take himself out of the round to get that plant in. So you don't really need to challenge at all. Body finds out his position, stays alive, very smart. And Guardian came close to that shot in the vents. If he hits that, maybe there's something there, but wasn't meant to be. We're getting to round number 7 here. Another force bite from Na'Vi. 3 AKs, a couple of PC-50s as well. Got some smokes to work with, 4 of them in total. Shoxy aggressive outside.
Aggressive indeed. Smokes down. Ooh, I thought he was going to be pushed. This peaked. So Edward knows he's there, but can't do much about it. Kenny will cower to the rafters. And in toward the lower site, behind the inner silo. He shall wait and allow the bomb to get in position. Issue with that as well as his... Oh, he's planning at safe side. That... I was going to say you would be able to see it from control room door, but they took the gamble that it was going to be unoccupied. Where's Decon? Maybe! Nice shot, Kenny. Good timing on the drop. Knows exactly when to press click. Or click press the button and gets the kill. They're lucky that bomb did go down before the peak came in, though. And either way, it's still going to be G2 to retake the site. It'll go their way. And 12-10.
12-10 indeed. Guardian doing what he could from the shadow area, but unfortunately finds 2 kills, then shut down. That was another force buy from Na'Vi. Yes, the bomb gets planted, but still going to be an eco situation here. We're getting to the closing out point for G2. Should be 13-10 after this round. Nice shot from Kenny S. You're going to hit that most of the time. Like you said, it comes down to the timings and having that awareness that a T could be down there. So, oh god, is this another force buy? No, it's not. Partial. Okay. So, UMPs, Tech 9s, and a couple of PC-50s. No nades. I hate this approach on Nuke. Like the no nades thing. Very difficult to make anything other than a rush happen. That's all they'll be going for. They actually managed to get the first kill, but Body starting to do some work now. And it's going to be a 3-on-2 in favor of the French side, but Simple soon deals with that and equals it up.
Simple indeed will. Takes shocks as well.
He's so scary in these scenarios. Kenny S now has got the bomb, but he has no idea where Simple has gone. The mind games begin with so much time remaining as well. Simple can make any sort of approach he wants to. He obviously has no idea where Kenny is either. Kenny just wants some sort of tell. Suspects ramp might be an option for him. Simple's going to be heading towards Heaven, maybe main entrance. We'll be opting for this one. He's got no nades to work with here, not necessarily a problem. He just wants to maybe get a bit of luck here in our position, Kenny.
Little luck never hurt anyone.
He's got a... Oh, where is he?
He's outside.
Oh, he's by Squeaky Door as the X-ray.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was in hut, but I see his foot.
Not out, yeah, that's outside of the hut. So drop for Simple is going to have to be in the cards. When he does, noise to be made. Kenny always keeps his op in these situations. Most players would be like, oh, give me a rifle. 1v1. Kenny, no chance. He'll keep the AWP. Silently Simple does make it onto hut, though. That new ladder, always an option.
Yeah, he's running out of time now, though. Can still drop down on those boxes, but it makes a noise. Go for the plant, and he won't get away with this, I don't think. Is it wide enough?
Oh,
No.
yeah, I thought he was far enough around. He's got a fat ass.
bit of banter there towards the end. Gotta just show who's boss as Kenny S does win the 1v1. Very well played. At that point, Kenny S, like you said, he's got the AWP in hand. He might as well just hold a single position where he knows he's going to be safe. Inside that Squeaky Door, tucks himself in a corner, and Simple just a foot to the left, and he would have been absolutely fine. He said his big ass sticking out, and it's going to be 13-10. A close round there. Was another force buy from Na'Vi. Simple certainly made it possible, but couldn't outsmart the king. Kenny S. Double up setup now for G2. It's Shox and Kenny S. Very formidable duo over in Katowice. It kind of... Oh, sorry, Starladder. I'm thinking. I'm getting a bit carried away there. Starladder, they were looking very good in the group stages. Then Shoxy, that's a bit stubborn in terms of forcing himself in that double up. Every single opportunity he had, and once it was being shut down, he didn't go back to the rifles, which was a bit disappointing in the playoffs.
I would agree with that. However, it just goes to show you that groups are very different from playoffs, much like online is very different than LAN in general. So perhaps there's 3 tiers to that. You can go online, LAN groups, LAN arenas, or playoffs. Kenny, good find out towards Secret, doubles up, goes back for more. Na'Vi seem to be running out of petrol. Maybe they run on diesel, or perhaps they're Greenpeace people and they are electric, and the battery's just dwindling at this point in time.
Solar
goes
powered.
back for more. Edward tries to get Kenny back. Sorry?
Solar powered?
Still electric.
Yep. Wind powered?
Also
Still
electric. Yep. Anything else?
Water.
Steam. That's where
Steam,
you're
there we
gonna
go, yeah. That's the thing. Also electric.
Apparently, technically also electric. Didn't know that one, but I suppose. Static.
Nuclear?
He said horsepower, like literal horse, not combustion horse. That would be gas.
Okay, well.
Hydropower, that's also electric.
Anyway,
Guardian, not so electric. Body takes him down. And Edward will try and find Shox behind the vent. Knows he's there. Good luck. Why? Okay, throw it shallow. Wouldn't you throw it the same as you would throw sandbags? Okay, so Shox is going to go. Ooh, makes it out. Going to get hit anyway. There's a little nook on the wall. You could throw it as if it's sandbags at cash, but
I'm not sure
either
it's
way.
deep enough. Let me have a look. I'll
I think it is. It'd be the same effect. Either way, it didn't matter. It would. No. The one behind it. There. No. There's the second one. See?
From there?
Straight. Go in. Good. Yeah. No one can see. It's that one.
You're going to commit quite heavily to that, though. Look at that.
No, he was there. He had it. Because he threw it high, up below the light.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I'm not sure that's possible.
I don't know if the collisions of the hitboxes is there.
Either way.
No one can see what we're talking about,
No.
Henry. We're really good at this
radio.
entertainment stuff.
It's good radio. 14-10, and it has to be another force buy. This is looking like a G2 map all day long. As we can see, it's going to be a full buy for G2. You see the guns on their back, and Na'Vi just trying to adjust himself now. What's the play? Tech9 for Seized. 2 AKs, 2 Galils, limited across the board in terms of grenades here. They've picked up 1 round this half. That was number 5, and since then, it's been a very French affair. As the one pause comes in, a tactical timeout for Na'Vi just to discuss what the approach is going into this last one. Well, I say last one. Up to match point for G2 potentially. And the pause is called. Kenny currently on 30 frags.
What a monster. What an animal.
Absolutely.
Got more kills in this game than I've had in the last 5 Face-It matches I played. ESEA matches I've played. Apex drops down. Vents will get blown out. Put a smoke off toward hut. And not dropping down to make noise, but will slowly slither his way below deck, as you would say, Captain. Oh, captain, my captain, Henry G. That's your cue. But Body's gonna sit inside of a smoke.
I knew that was coming.
Shox. Body's gonna wait for this as well. Shox is gonna try and rotate back around. He's gonna have to be careful and get toward the ladder to hold him off. He's gonna go bomb. I'm not sure I agree with that. Sitting and waiting might have been the better call. We all know how hard it is to get to the top of the ladder and fire in, but Apex does find 2. Simple makes it down. Rotations to come from Bent, and Apex on the chase gets caught out by Simple, who's now in a 1 versus 3. Dead.
15-10, that was the round. Na'Vi, the opportunity to get back into the game, but it didn't really work out for them at all. The Galils, AKs couldn't find the frags. A basic execution towards upper. Shut down across the board by G2 there. Last chance to loom for Na'Vi now. They do have, I think, almost maximum spend at this point, exactly maximum. So they do get $3,400 going into this one. 4 players are ahead of them. They do have the AKs. It's not looking too good. Kenny S continuing his rampage as we go into round number 11 here. He'll be heading outside, and he has got an opportunity to maybe find a frag. There was a slight gap, but another smoke deployed. And here comes potentially the first kill. He definitely spotted that player. Doesn't take the shot just yet. We'll turn X-ray off to show how good this kid is. He actually gets taken down. There you go. That's a bit of anti-climax, I guess. But 5 and 4 for Na'Vi. Maybe they have a few more rounds left in them.
Shot from C's. They may indeed have a few more rounds left in them. Not if this play doesn't go down their way, though. MBK stepping up. Apex getting another. It's G2 with the man advantage, and it's a ring around the rosy because MBK dances well, but 2 players there make it difficult. Apex, however, finding one with 1 HP leaves Guardian in a 1 versus 2. A 1 versus 1. 0-1 in HP. That's all it was, but Body's done enough, and that's the game. 16-10.
A classic G2 performance there, back and forth in terms of the force buy in the first half. They managed to actually lose the first half 9-6, but a stellar CT performance there, especially from Kenny S. 30 kills in total. His teammates weren't far behind as well. Shox had a very good game overall, and Na'Vi looked a little bit lost on the terrorist side, so that's unfortunate for them, and the first map does go in favor of G2.
Yes, G2 are going to take that first map. It was Na'Vi with, a decent CT side, but it was the T side that let him down, which is interesting, because the last time we saw them on Nuke, they had an atrocious CT side. We didn't even get to see their T side, but still. I mean, this is a team that's known for kind of some of their CT struggles, but here it's the T side that lets them down. Yeah,
I was saying in the pre-show, you know, that their CT side, if they needed like a 12-3, 11-4 kind of scoreline, that's what we were expecting out of them. Right. I think it's going to be like a very long teething period for them to get good on Nuke, because it's not the same as like seeing them good on a T side of Overpass, right? For example, where you can be extremely methodical, you can take your time. On Nuke, you're already on the back foot, and you have to take territory and then wait. So it was hard for them to get territory, right? The guys from G2 didn't let them have anywhere. You saw like in one of those last rounds there, Kenny peeking up, secret grabbing, like, I think it was 2 or 3 frags, just making it very difficult while they were trying to make plays and make moves to grab map control. And that's one of the things that G2 does. They make you feel very uncomfortable. That's why their force buys are so powerful.
Well, it obviously helps. This is why we always call him just a star player. Kenny S, 30 kills, one of those guys who just, when he gets those kills, it just takes over the game. You can't really do anything.
Yeah, simple as that. He's having, you know, a very strong performance overall recently, but you're seeing it specifically being so impactful on maps like Nuke. He's been able to swing rounds back into favor, make such impact throughout from start to finish. And coming back to the Na'Vi point, I think the reason everyone kind of looks at this map and goes, why aren't they good yet? Is because you can almost see every piece of what makes a good Nuke team in that Na'Vi lineup, and it's like, when it all clicks, you can imagine it's going to be a really big deal for them, and it actually could be a really nice addition to the map pool. It's going to turn some heads, I can imagine, because it's the one map that it seems that every team can at least kind of have in their pocket against them if they need to push towards it in like a map veto. But no, it's good to see them at least playing it and trying it out, and they seem to have improved. Now, obviously it seems like small steps, but you think they barely got more than 3 rounds against Astralis before. They've been having tough games, and it's like, okay, well, they look better, but you're still not going to be able to beat the likes of G2, I'd feel yet, just purely because G2 have been having such a strong run on it recently. Individual members are finding almost specialist places on this map now. So again, it's the one that kind of brought G2 back into the light as well after their shaky start with this new roster.
Well, we mentioned G2's schedule and how difficult it was to close out the season. Yeah. So far, they're off to a good foot against Na'Vi. We'll see if they can take map 2. That would be huge for their playoff chances. We'll see what happens when we return.